Thank you for visiting our channel. Today I came out to review and also quick unbox this Firetv stick. Yes, Amazon brought up their latest version of 2020 Firetv stick. They brought it in two different versions. One is called Lite and one is called 2020 edition. Now the difference in between these two is that the one that I have on hand and I'm showing to you is the Dolby Atmos version. It is not the Lite version, and also it comes with the Alexa voice remote control, which is the second generation. It should work a lot better, so we will test everything in this video. Before we go next, I want to mention click the subscribe button. Make sure you share this with your friends and family, and make sure you click the notification icon and select all for you to be notified once we have a new video out. On top of that, if you have a question, drop them at the bottom of the video. We'll have to help you out ASAP. Also, click the like button. It really motivates us to make these type of videos in a little more detail every time. Already you can see that the box is really nicely designed. It's a little bit wider than before versions that came along for a few years. Once we slowly open it, there's a little package inside of it, and everything is set up inside of this. I really like this, and I want a lot of companies to learn from this type of packaging. I really enjoy unpacking these things. So once we take everything out, here are all the components. It comes with this important information little booklet, and it goes through and shows you everything about safety, also even battery safety. Going inside, it talks about the product specification, using this device, how everything's going to put together. Even if you want to recycle this, the information is there, and also some limited warranty and Amazon terms and policies. Everything is inside of this. It also comes with this little booklet. Now you can see that it says hello, bonjour. Now that is created for Canada, and if you are going to be in the United States, it's going to be different, but just the first part. But when you go inside of it, it will tell you all the components, which we are just covering right now, and also how you're going to be able to connect it to your TV. Also, what functionality your remote will bring, how you're going to be able to play with it with something like Alexa, and also some Wi-Fi troubleshooting tips, which is really good, and also complete screen setup. And you go on inside is the remote pairing, and also it gives you some more information just in case if you needed to play with something like Alexa, and also more is going to be covered in this. Now if you look in the back part of it, it has a little barcode. It does also have the HDMI logo, which is a really good. That means it is fully supported. But if you flip a little more, you will see that everything changes to French language. Since we are in Canada, it is mandatory to be on 2 languages. So here you go. This is how it looks. Now here's the little adapter that you're going to be able to connect to the electricity. This is created for Canada and United States. You can see it. Now going to the back part of it, you have the USB 2.0 connection. Now going around, there's no marking whatsoever, but when you go to the front, you have some little infos right on the front. It also inside of it, if you really look closely, you can see that it says 5 volt 1 amp. Now what I really like about Amazon is they have their own batteries. Here is the HDMI extender. Now sometimes some TVs, there's not enough space to hook up the actual HDMI or the actual Fire Stick, so you need one of these. With most of them I have seen, they have their logo here, but this one does not. Now I just opened this, and you can see that it just goes to a really big mass, and one side it is the micro USB connector, and the other side is the USB 2.0. Now this is how you will be able to put this on a power. One thing that I want to mention for Amazon is changes to USB Type-C. That's all. And here is the remote. Since this is the 2020 version of the Fire Stick, you can see there's another plastic on the top. They have to bring it with the actual voice. That's what we wanted it all along for the Fire Stick, and this is why it costs a little more. But here you go, it looks beautiful. You can see it's just like the other ones that we get with the Firetv itself. And let's get that little plastic off. That sound is so satisfying. So once you take it off, it looks beautiful. You can see it. So this is how it looks. There's the power. You have the mic. Also you have the buttons so you can press, so you can talk to the remote. You have the four-way navigation and the OK in the middle, which doesn't have any writing as always, which really like about this. Also, you have the return home and the menu. Going on the bottom part of it, you have the play sign, you have the fast forward and also rewind, and you have the volume up and down and the mute button. This is mandatory. If you look in the bottom, I really like that little logo. And then going in the back, you have the little part that gives you indication with one finger right here. You can see that there's a little dent, and then the actual logo for it to say down. You can just press it down and it should open. And there you go. Once you open it, you can put the two AAA batteries that are part of it. And here it is. So we're just going to put it one. I really like it that because you have to push it in order to place it accurately. There you go. And I like that little dent to it. So let's go ahead and connect it. Perfect. On the top you have the little IR sensor, which is really cool, and this is how you're going to be able to manage and play with it. And there you go. Now it's looking for connection, and here is the actual dongle or the Firestick 2020. So this is how it looks. It is very small, it is not that big, and let's just open it. So once you take it out, this is how it looks. I really like it that it is just total square, and you have the power right there. Now going to the front, you have the HDMI. Going on the other side, there's nothing here. Going on the back, it just says HDMI. Now going to the bottom part of it, you're going to get some information. It also indicates to you that this is 5 volt max 1 amp, and that means is this should be compatible to a lot of TVs with their USB connection right on it, so that we do not have to connect it to anything different. But here you go, that's how it looks. We're going to connect this as an extender so we can capture it on the screen to show exactly what's next. So let's go through, and then we're going to do some benchmarking with this. So when you turn it on, the first thing that will come up is their logo, which is really cool. It has a little music to it. So here's the best part. Grab the remote that came with the Firetv stick and this new generation of this remote. The best part is, as soon as you set it up, you will get a screen as I'm showing you. And with that, you will be able to turn on, there you go, you see that? It just turned off, or turn on back the TV itself. There you go. So for that, while you're setting it up, you will get a little picture on the screen that says to use your volume up and volume down, as I'm showing right now. And that's how you will be able to set this up. And you can see right now that when I press the volume comes up and the volume goes down, how this is set up. So it's very easy. You do not have to do a lot. It automatically picks up what TV you have, and it will be able to fix everything through IR. This remote is IR and it will work perfectly for you. Alright, so here you go. Once you load the box itself, or in this case the Firestick itself, this is the main screen. After you get that little animation in the start. Now what you expect from this is it already communicates with you in the bottom of the screen. So first of all, this is how it looks. There's no differences whatsoever from the older generations when you come to this part. First thing that we see on the top is you have the search button, so that way you can download apps or look for apps. Another thing is home, and this is what you're going to see when you get inside of the home. So they have divided it in little pieces, and yes, if you have Amazon Prime, a lot of things will populate like this, and that way you can play and view some videos. But here you go, from the top you have home, and then you have live, so all the live content will be there. Go into your video. This is what you want to watch, or what you have clicked on before in order for you to watch through the Amazon Prime, or some of the stuff that they have also recommended to you is in the bottom. Alright, so they have movies, they have TV shows. Yes, it's all done by the Amazon Prime, and then they also have apps. And these are something that is part of their market that you can get. And also, if you look right underneath of it, it says features, and then it says games you can download, and then categories, so you can go next and get more. But if you go up and then go to next, is going to be settings. So under settings, they have everything just like before. You can go through and set up and you will have access. So the last part is your account where you're going to be able to log in. I'm not going to show that, but when you're setting this up, it will ask you to enter that username and password, and you can set it up. Even if you don't have a Prime account, don't worry, you can still log in, so you can use your Fire Stick or Firetv stick, and it will be working perfectly. One thing I want to mention is this is the Firetv Stick 2020 edition. Now this is going to give you a few little goodies, something like Dolby Atmos, and also that means is the sound will be superb. So if you have a nice surround sound, you can hook this up and it will work perfectly for you. If you even have a regular TV or if you have a smart TV, another thing that I like is the remote. The remote is another level. This is the second gen of their remote that they have brought in, as I'm showing you right now. And this remote has not only voice function, but you also have the volume up and down and the mute button, which will take you to another level. Believe me, you will love it. Another part is that this stick is not 4K. Now the 4K version of this stick came in 2019. It's still going to use the same chip, same amount of RAM, and also same amount of space. Alright, so let's go next. So number one I wanted to mention is AIDA64. So here you go. As soon as it comes up, you can see the system device type is there, manufacturer name is there, and also if you go down, you have 1 GB of RAM, not 1.5. And then when you go to total memory, now is 900. You can see that how nicely they have tweaked it. Going under the memory availability, you can see how small it is right now. And when you go to the actual storage, it's 8 GB of storage. The next part is Bluetooth. This is Bluetooth 4.2, but since this app cannot read points, it's going to put it as plus. This is beautiful. Now the next part is the CPU. Here you go, under CPU you can see that core architecture is the quad core processor, which is A53 running on 1690 megahertz. But the best part is that the CPU they're using is written right there, is the MediaTek MT8695D, and that is going to give you a maximum range only 1080p. All of the information as you require, this app brings it up accurately. Scaling governor is interactive, but the rest of the information is there that it is running on 32-bit. Now going under display, here you go, you can see that the maximum display resolution is 1080p and it is running on 91 dpi. Now going down, the GPU is PowerVR ROG GE3300, and underneath of it the refresh rate is 60 Hz. Now going that on the OpenGL, it is on the latest OpenGL, which is 3.2. That means is if you want to run a game on it, it will render properly. Here you go, you can see it on the bottom too. It has the same type of information. Under network, this is 5G network. That's another really good thing, and we will cover that in a few seconds. Under Android itself, you can see it is Android Pie, but when it comes to an actual Fire OS, that's what they name it, it's under Fire OS 7. But you can see that it is Android Pie. The API level is 28, but the rest of the information is there for you that you can check all here. Now going under device itself, all of the information is there that how this was really set up, and on the top you can see the actual GPU information, that is the PowerVR ROG. Going under terminal, nothing there. Going under apps and then codecs. Now they are covering a lot of things under codecs. H264 is there, 263 is there. Now going down, you have the MPEG-4, and all of the information that you really require is VP9, VP8, and there are little parts that will really help you out. Now these will really help you out to get the proper picture. Now inside of this, you're also going to see something like AAC and also MP3, and there are little parts so it will get your sound properly out of. It should be one of the ones on the top, which it's right there, and that way you can get your voice out for Dolby Digital. And this is what you really require to see these type of things on this type of stick. So now you get your voice accurately out of it. Now I have to mention that when you get in, you can now when we go to YouTube, now here's the best part. Now YouTube will bring you the picture very accurately. When you go down, you will see the proper names. Here's one thing. I know that this is 4K. You can see it on the top. It says 4K Ultra HD, which is perfect. But when you go to actual quality, which is right there, you click on it, its maximum is 1080p. So it's maxed out on 1080p. You will not be able to get this anything higher. So it is perfectly playing it for you. The colors are perfect. Everything is good, but it is only 1080p. So it's not going to give you a 4K since the stick is only made for 1080p. So you can go under aspects on their website, which is under Amazon. If you want, I can leave a link there for you too, so you can see this information. But I'm also going to leave the information so you can order it for Wi-Fi. There is other ways that you can use an extension for the power, and then you can split that in order to get it on LAN. Yes, they sell that separately, but you can use Wi-Fi. For the meantime, I am connected to my 5G Wi-Fi, and you can see the speed that I'm getting is beautiful. And you can see all of those 720p, 1080p, 4K Q if HD, also 4K UHD is all covered right there, and it is working flawlessly. I'm getting roughly about 300 megabit download, which is $2.99, and my upload rate is exceeded, which is 30 megabits per second, but I'm getting 32 megabits per second. I really like this, so it shows that the Wi-Fi range works perfectly. If you want to see this working on a LAN, please ask. We will make another video for that. But here you go. This is how it really looks and how you will be able to play with it. Now, when it comes to gaming, it does work. Yes, you can play it perfectly, and you can use the remote that came with the Firetv, so you can play with it. But you can see that right now it's so smooth, it's so nice, and you're not going to fall behind on playing some games. One more thing I want to mention, or the last thing, is going to be their Alexa that is part of this. So since the remote come with it, let's just test it out. So I'm going to ask for the weather. What's the weather like today?
In Brampton, it's 6 degrees Celsius with partly sunny skies. Today, you can look for intermittent clouds with a high of 15 degrees and a low of 6 degrees.
I really like that. If you want to open an app, you can use the same things that I did not like about the stick, and I had high hopes about it, but it is not bad. Now, there are different versions of this out there. If you do want to get some really geeky and you want to get everything over the top, it's perfect for you to get the 4K version, which is from last year. Now, if you want to get this one, if you do want to purchase one, links will be available in the bottom. Except that, I hope you guys like our video. If you do like it, click the like button, subscribe button on the top, comment on the bottom. Always remember to visit our own website, which is AIDA64 Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and other social networking places, and thank you.